a summer's day in 1987, a quiet English town became the victim of a one-man killing spree. Scenes in this film reconstruct events based on the eyewitness accounts of those involved. Their testimony is real, and the calls to the emergency services were actually made on the day. The driver is a regular, always stopping at the same pump and putting exactly the same amount of petrol into his car. Ian George is at the other pump.
Someone pulled in behind me and sort of exchanged smiles. And he went to the back of the car. And I just slowly sort of togged up and got ready to go.
The driver of the Astra is waiting for Ian to leave.
I heard a loud bang from behind me, so I looked back over my left shoulder. I guessed it was an armed robbery. I needed to call the police. It was only afterwards I realised how frightened I must have actually been at that point.
No one else is aware of the real drama that is about to unfold. This is the start of the worst massacre in England. "30 miles away from the petrol station, the police canteen in Newbury is serving lunch. PC Jim Wood and PC Roger Brereton always travel together in their Blues and Twos traffic car. Today would be different.
How did it go last night then? It was all right.
He was a good mate. We used to socialise a lot. I knew his wife and his boys very well.
The gunman doesn't realise that the magazine of his rifle has fallen off. There is only one bullet in the chamber, and he's fired it.
Hello, I believe there may be an armed robbery going on at the Alf station between Foxford and Marlborough. Okay, what's your name, please? Ian George.
I felt that if I could get to the police quick enough, then if they approached it at both ends, they could probably he wouldn't get away.
But Ian George's call comes too late. The gunman has left the petrol station and is now driving towards Hungerford. The call is relayed to Newbury Police Station.
Jim, got a call there, okay? What we got? Got armed robbery at the Foxfield, at the old petrol station.
Hang on. I need this file for court.
I sorted out the file that the chap wanted. Roger said, I'll go in one car and you can follow along in the other.
Roger Brereton and Jim Wood are told to find and intercept the silver Astra. What they don't know is that this is much more serious than an armed robbery. The gunman is just 2 minutes away from the centre of the small Berkshire market town. In the residential area of Southview, it's quiet. Julie Jackson has finished work for the day.
I got to the corner here and I met one person that I knew. We stood and had a chatter, and with that, Michael Ryan came up round the corner. We knew he liked his fast cars, but not to drive the speed he was driving that day. It didn't seem to be his thing.
Julie Jackson knows the driver well. It's Michael Ryan, who lives with his widowed mother, Dorothy, at number 4.
I knew Michael. He used to come into the house and, well, I was friends with my eldest boy.
He was bullied, and instead of facing up to the bullying, he would back off. And so, therefore, he really did become a bit of a recluse like that. He didn't associate with too many children at all.
If you look at the people who've been involved in similar kind of tragedies, then they do seem to have some characteristics in common with Michael. They tend to be loners, they tend to be underachievers, they tend to be people who develop an interest in fantasy because it seems an easier way of trying to establish a position for yourself.
Michael Ryan's passion in life is guns, and he belongs to 2 gun clubs. All his weapons are licensed and legal. He's never been in trouble with the police. Consultant psychiatrist Richard Badcock has analysed Michael Ryan's behaviour on the day.
People have wondered if the car had started, whether events would have taken a different course. It's very unlikely that he would have done anything substantially different. It's possible that different people would have been shot, but the general course of events, I think, would have still have been the same.
Ryan is setting out deliberately to kill. He is heavily armed with a Kalashnikov, an automatic rifle, and a Beretta pistol. 2 doors down, Roland and Sheila Mason are in their garden. Julie Jackson hears the shots that kill her neighbours, but thinks Michael is only playing around with an air rifle.
I got up by the house of Michael Ryan's, stared at me actually, as he got out of the car. Can't describe the look he had on his face. A look of madness.
Ryan is stalking Julie Jackson, but instead of shooting her dead, he fires at the ground.
Well, I decided I'd move a bit quicker. I thought, well, if he's got an air rifle out here, I don't want to know anything about it. I turned quite quick and went in round the side of the house and into the house. And I looked out the window and there was Michael Ryan shooting everything he could find up the lane. I thought he was intending to kill most of his neighbours.
He chose neighbours as a group. I don't think he had sort of individual grudges. I think it was a general sense of frustration and anger and contempt for the ordinary life around him that he wasn't part of.
As Ryan arrives at number 13, he aims at 2 teenage girls. Only one of them escapes.
Hello, could I have an ambulance, please? I can't tell you what the problem is, but there's an awful lot of blood.
The BT operator puts the call through to Newbury Police. Because the system's so old, there are only 2 999 lines into the police switchboard. Today, it's going to be pushed beyond its limit.